Hello, welcome to the channel. As you can see, it's freezing cold. -5 this morning, but we've got this Facebook Marketplace.
Which is blue?
Yeah, it's blue. Facelift, Discovery 2, 2004, 120 odd thousand miles. So we'll show you around what we bought, and we'll tell you what I'm going to be doing on it. Like I said, Land Rover Discovery, facelift. Problems, well, good things to start with. Good things, it's a facelift. It's a 2004 and it's only done 123 or 4,000 miles. Bad things, right there. It said the air suspension has collapsed, but on previous MLTs it said it had got springs, and it got rotten springs or broken springs, hadn't it? Yeah. So, as the air suspension collapsed, we haven't looked, or have the spring hangers rotted off and it just fell down. We're going to find that out when we put it up on the ramp. So that's the first problem. Second problem is the problem with every single one of them. Headliner's gone. Another good thing, nice leather interior, dirty, very dirty, but not completely ripped. Little one there that can be glued, but nothing else. Lights on the dash due to suspension, just the suspension lights are on, which makes me believe that it has got air suspension, else the lights wouldn't be on. Yeah. It's got 7 seats. It's got light guards. There's something going on at the bottom of this light here that I noticed when it was being brought in. Don't know what that is, but the lights seem to work. Steps down, which tells us that the gas strut has rotted off. It leaks because the carpets, the mats was actually frozen to the carpet, so it definitely leaks. But it's got the black carpet interior with the sand beige seats. So we're going to have to go through and see what works on it. We've got smashed glass here. I'm sure on our own video where we said what to look for, we said look for this. We didn't look. It hasn't got any cracks in the windscreen. Chips we're yet to find because, as you can see, we bought it in the frost. Never buy it in the frost because you don't know what it's like.
Got a CD player in there?
Multi-changer CD player. It's the ES spec, so it should have cruise control. Has it got a heated screen? It should have.
Yeah.
It's got a heated screen. Whether it's still the same heated screen, we'll have to look if it's plugged in. It's a Land Rover screen, so odds on it's the heated screen. I can't really see the wires in it, but heated screen, cruise control. It's a manual. We had a chap asking us about a manual before. Remember, Dad?
Sorry.
Dave, we have a chap asking us about a manual before.
Yeah.
It's a manual. The gears work. The clutch feels good from what I've tested, but I haven't drove it. And it doesn't whine from the input shaft bearing on the gearbox, which you'll find out when it's not been changed, when they've changed the clutch. It's got some nice steps on it. I think our biggest problem is the chassis on the back has got some holes in it. So it's going to take a bit of welding. We're probably going to have to take the tank out. Other issue is it's a Land Rover, not a Land Rover. If this used to be your car, let us know, because obviously that's something that somebody will recognise. And this is the other thing as well. It's got a bit of a gouge down the door and a bit of one in there. So we're going to have to see if we can find some doors in the same colour. Other thing, little gouge there, and that's missing. So what we're going to have to do is get the battery on charge because it's completely not a flat, and see if the battery is okay. What we don't want to do is have EKA problems, so we want to get some power in the battery before we have issues with EKA codes and starting and immobilisers. So we'll do that first, and then once that's had a charge for a while, we can get it up on the ramps and have our first look underneath. So stick with us and we'll see what we've got. It has literally just been started off a jump box, so we'll see if it'll start. Doubt it very much. The pump's running, we can hear it. Give it a go. No. So it's absolutely dead. So shall we put just put the jumper on it and start it to move it about?
Yeah.
So the jumper is
over here, I think.
It was on, oh yeah, it was on charge already. So we'll put the Alfred's jump box on it, get it started, and then we're just going to square it up. We'll put the battery on charge and lift it, but we definitely don't want any EKA code, so we've got to do that. I was just going to have a quick shufty through see what we've got with it. We've got, sorry, that's the heater. I'm going to try and keep anybody's details out of it. So we've got quite a bit of bump with it there, quite a lot of receipts, as you can see. I'm going to look through them later. It's a lot of money spent on it. Service history. Service history up to 102,000 miles, so it's done 20,000 since its last service. But we've checked the oil and it's pretty clean. At 79,000 miles, oil filter, the spinner filter, fuel filter, brakes okay, and MOT. So it's got a bit of service history with it as well, and it comes with a book. So that's pretty pleasing. And you said they all look pretty clean, don't you, Dad?
Yeah.
Oh look, the holy grail of jacks. Yeah, I mean that's, for a diesel, that's clean oil. So don't look like that's been done too long ago. It's been looked after, I think. So let's jump it, and we need the thing to plug into that, Dad. We're going to get it. Got the jump box connected. Let's see if it'll get it going. It's killed the box off. It's killed the box off because it didn't start first time. Try it again. No. There weren't enough charge in there. If it had gone first time, it would have gone, but it did. So we'll put this on charge. We'll put the charger on it. Oh yeah, that battery might jump it. We've got a fresh battery there. We'll try that. Right, we've got no jump pack in our battery that started, so we put it on the Silverline charger on a fast charge. This has got a start feature as well. There. Rear seats fold down. All work. The same cream leather, and they are in excellent condition because they rarely get used. These are brilliant as 7-seaters, really. I know you lose a lot of boot space, but to take 7 people around, there's loads of comfort in these. One other problem we noticed, it has got a hole in the bumper there, but we can repair that. It's got parking sensors. Whether they work or not is anybody's guess. Light guards, but we'll check on them. Right, one thing we've noticed as well, we looked through the receipts and it said it had general grabbers at some stage. There's still general grabbers, and they're all 4 matching tyres. What's the rear one, Dad? That ain't general, is it? But it's like no. It is, yeah. Does it say general? Yeah, general grabber. So it's got all 5 general grabbers on there. So that's a sign that a car's been looked after. When I had a puncture and they've gone chuck a cheap tyre on, it's had a general grabber put back on it if it's had a puncture, or you know they've had to change a tyre for any reason. I'm going to have to refurb the wheels, but we'll do a video on cleaning it before we do that. Steps are nice, and one thing about the steps is they are solid, because you'll find sometimes you step on these steps and they just fall off, or they've got a crunchy noise sometimes, are they? But these solid.
They seem solid, yeah.
Nice solid steps. Real shame about that door.
Yeah.
It is, but we'll see what we can find. What's the colour code on this? It is 731, so we're going to have to find a 731 door, else we're going to be painting it. 43% battery now, so that's going up quite quickly. It was on 35.
Yeah.
So got that charge and we'll get it done. Yeah.
Not so bad.
Yeah, that one's going to have to be sorted out. It just looks like it needs polishing on the outside, though I don't think it's anything's got in it.
No.
I mean, there's a bit of residue in there, but this one's cleaner. But yeah, we'll polish them up. While it's charging, Dad, you can check the lights and stuff. Because it's got power, so bang the lights on. Let's see what we've got. We've got one side light out, that one's on, that one's off. Then we're fine. Then we're fine. Try the front fogs. Front fogs. Yep, they work. Indicators. That one works. That one works. Let's have a look at the back. So far we've only got one side light out, which is nice. Rear lights are on. Brake lights all work, all 3. Fog lights work. Indicators. Left is working. Right's working. Try, put it in reverse. Oh no. Don't look, it's going to reverse. It's got a nice cover on there. Yeah, both reverse lights working. And I heard the beep from the sensors. Yeah, beep from the sensors as well, so it looks like the sensors might work. I think we've done well here. We've just put the radio code in. We found that in the entertainment book in here. Radio code there, and luckily it's got the AKA code in there as well, which is what we always say to look for. I mean, we do because we're fools, but there's the AKA code, so look for that. Make sure you've got that if your alarm has problems. So
there's no CDs in it,
but it comes out.
It works.
So that looks like, oh, that works. Let's have a look in the glove box. Nothing in the glove box except a piece of trim from somewhere. Nothing down there. I don't think there's any personal possessions in here. Or any money. It's nice to find money. Now, whoever it was liked the Snickers. But yeah, I mean, even your gaiters are looking good.
Even the original mat.
It's got nowhere.
Worn at all.
No. No, this well looked after. This was well looked after to a certain point. So we're going to make it back to where it should be, get it back on the road, and make it sweet again. We're going to put the Hawkeye into the suspension, see what it says. We're going to let the battery charge up a fair whack first, then we'll straighten it up and get the Hawkeye plugged in. So don't go away. I've checked in there. No money, just a Snickers wrapper. One thing I got, Dad, which I've noticed: electric seats.
No, I noticed that.
So
this we're going to have to dry this because it's dripping everywhere now.
We'll get a towel and dry that.
But it's stood in the field in this weather for
ever.
Oh, days, ever since this cold weather's been on, so it's been had
all that interior work, lights work, look.
Yeah.
All of them. But this headliner's going to have to come down anyway. So we'll get this down and get it done. It's a newer one, so it should have the sort of green cardboardy stuff in there, the fiberglass stuff, rather than the really bad cardboard. So it should spray quite nicely, this one. Once you get these sort of things out and give them a good wash and clean.
Yeah, it's a green one, look.
Yeah.
See what's underneath it.
Oh yeah, which is a lot nicer to spray. Comes out a lot nicer. Okay then. Stick with us. Wind into the tyres. So we've got it started. We just put another battery on there just to get it going. And you can hear down here air coming out of something. So it's definitely a break in a line or something like that, and we got air coming out. So we'll get it up in the air, as you can see down there. It's pretty good stuff. We'll get it up in the air and we'll see what happens. The air's stopped now, so the compressor's obviously gone off and realised that it ain't pumping nothing up. But the compressor's definitely working. Is that light on? Yeah, so I turned that light off and it's come back on. We started it. So we'll see what happens anyway. Like I see, we're in there, it's a little cold, so we've got a little bit of smoke. Parking sensors I'm on. Parking sensors on.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's sensing. The step probably. Come on. Just get back in straight then. It's a brake, say. A little bit more. Okay. So we're going to get it up in the air. Time for a surprise. As you can see, the back wheel stays up in position and the front one drops. It's got springs and airbags, so we'll see what it is. I don't know if I want to look under it. This is the first look
I'll that light to come
under
on.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know where the other light's on.
There we go. This is the first look underneath. Ooh. That's a hole. That's been peeled back. Look. Oh, somebody looks like somebody's siliconed plate over there. So it's pretty bad, as we can see. That there was supposed to be welded on, but looks like it's been stuck on with some sticky to get it through an MOT. We've got more flakiness there. Petrol tank's definitely going to have to be dropped on this one, because we're going to have to rebuild this rear end. Yeah. As well. We've got nothing. That's the one I told you about. That had been ripped off. Let's have a look around the other side. This side not so bad. It's had a patch there. Look. But it ain't nowhere near as bad. The steps I've got hole in it. Yeah, that's missing. Standard. What else have we got? So look, that's what else I could say. The sensor for the rear has been screwed on because the brackets broke off it. So that could be an air issue right there.
Yeah.
We've had a patch there. That ain't a bad patch though. It looks good. What else? Down the front of the chassis always is pretty good. Look, as you start getting to the front, this over here is all good. So that's all sweet as a nut. That looks good. Okay, the steps are held on well for a change. We have got to cut them off. So worst things are, have a look at this body mount over here, Dad. This one. That one don't look too bad. Just surface. Springs there. And this one's quite bad over here. This one over here, the body mount is non-existent. Right there.
Both
So
sides.
yeah, inside of there is missing, look. There. And that chunk's missing out of there. So that's the actual chassis that's missing a big hole, and the body mount there is missing a big hole. So lots to do.
Yeah.
Let's have a check of the wheels. That one's alright. This one, okay. This one, that needs a new hub. And this one seems to be okay. So, we've got a wheel that needs a hub for deafness. We've got some serious welding that's going to need doing underneath. Tank's going to have to be dropped out. Steps going to have to be cut off the back. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, that airbag is dead.
That airbag is not connected.
Is it not connected? Oh!
That's why they mark it.
Problem is there. The airbag is no longer on the axle. So we're going to have to try and find out why that is. But there's your problem with your air, which probably means that it's off the axle, which probably means the connector might be off the top of it as well. We're going to have to take the wheel off and have a look, because it sounds like the air's blowing somewhere. It's either a broken bag or the connector's come off the top of it. The other bag's still on, so we'll have a look at that. Stick with us and we'll continue to look. Right, this is the end of this video now. I'll just show you what we've been doing on the rear of the chassis here. So we have cut out the rot, and we'll get all this back. It's had previous welds there, we're going to get that off there. We'll just clean all that up and put some fresh steel in there, and then we'll do the rest of them. So that's what's going on. Obviously we dropped the tank, which is there. Pulled it out. I've done a video on that before, so if you want to know how to do that, look at our past videos. Please like and subscribe. There'll be more videos on this Land Rover, on what we're doing and getting it up and ready and back on the road. See you in a bit.